Trying to give you all a snapshot of my website, but it's a little blurry. Good morning. Good morning, Minister Graham. Good morning, Tina. All right, I think that's a little better. Lead, learn, and grow. That's Elevate Leadership Enterprises. Lead, learn, and grow. If you have not visited my website, I implore you to take a look at marquisawilliams.com. There you'll find more about leadership consulting, development, and training, and even more about me. So take a look at that. Take a look at that. Thank you, Minister Graham. All right, I'll move this camera, switch it back over to me here. Let's see if I can leverage this. I've been fighting. I need one of those camera holders or those device holders. Yes, good morning. Happy Monday. All right, I wanted to just share a little bit, just give some visual about, to show you what my website looks like, and hopefully it will encourage you to stop by there or encourage you to share some. Oh, good morning, Bruce. Are you on that cruise ship? I'm jealous. I'm morning. I don't know what I'm doing. There we are. All right. Oh, almost there. Okay, Bruce. So I have a few more months before I'm in Punta Cana. I can't wait. Vacations, leaders, listen up. You have to take time to vacation, rest. I am learning about this. Okay, Frizz, FR8, I still have not forgotten your comment, your topic about politics and faith. I'm actually going to discuss that later this week. I'm just going to move it from the leadership platform and talk about it into a different platform, so we could, so I can separate the two topics with faith and politics. So I did not forget you and your topic, but yes, I cannot wait. Back to hold on one second. So yes, it's very important to, I'm blocking this morning. Somebody help me out this morning. I had to do some blocking this morning. I apologize for my delay, but on this leadership lift, we are not going to tolerate foolishness, especially first thing in the morning. All right, but self-care is so important for leaders. I'm telling you, it took me a long time to learn that. I just thought I'd just go, have a weekend off, have a few days off, and that was sufficient. A vacation is very important as leaders, so we can replenish, we get some clearer thoughts, and all of those wonderful things. So if you're joining for the very first time, my name is Marquisa Williams. I'm the CEO and founder of Elevate Leadership Enterprises. I am so excited. I'm passionate about developing leaders. Oftentimes as leaders, we sow into other people, we pour into them. However, there's not an opportunity for someone to pour into us and to replenish and revive and help rejuvenate us. So this is my platform to pour into you and to give you the resources and tools that you need to move forward in your ministries, your business, in corporate America, and even things for you personally. So my business is Elevate Leadership Enterprises. Check me out on marquisawilliams.com. So for the month of April, I have asked my followers and those who watch, those who are watching, to submit questions or about what they're thinking, what's on their mind as it pertains to leadership, things that's going on in the workplace, things that are going on and just in their world. So last week, Yes, absolutely, Minister Grant. We need mentoring and inspiration as well. So this morning I want to talk to us about bullying in the workplace. One of the viewers last week submitted a question. How do you stop someone from bullying you in the workplace? To submit questions, you can go directly to my website, which is marquisawilliams.com. If you could type in my website information, marquisawilliams.com, and there's a contact me button, and you can submit via email that way. Also, if you go to my website, you can also take advantage of my free ebook, which is 5 Things Anyone Leading Anything Should Know. And that would automatically put you into my mailing. So you would also receive my newsletters each month, and you will also receive resources and any other information that I would have for you. So you can go directly to marquisawilliams.com and then use the contact me button as well. So that's how you would submit questions. You can also go on to my fan page, which is facebook.com/IamMarquisa. You can also submit questions on my fan page as well. All right, so today's topic is about bullying in the workplace. So as you always know, I like to teach a little bit, have a teaching moment. So please share with your followers as well as we go through. Share with your followers, Twitter, on all social media platforms as well about these scopes, because it is I think it's very good information. I can't say, I want to toot my own horn just a little bit, but I do believe that they're vital for others to get some of these nuggets. If it's not for you, it might be for someone else. All right. So bullying. So bullying is the use or force of force, threat, or coercion. I can't talk this morning. To abuse, intimidate, or aggressively dominate others. The behavior is often repeated and habitual. One essential prerequisite for is the perception by the bully or by others of an imbalance or social or physical power, which distinguishes bullying from conflict. So last week we actually talked a little bit about conflict and different personalities, but that's totally different. Having a difference of opinion about things is not the same thing as bullying. So I want to set that tone right now. So bullying is really an abuse of power. It's a form of intimidation. So we want to set that tone or make that distinction between the two. So it's also behaviors used to assert domination can include verbal harassment or threat, physical assault, and such acts may be directed repeatedly towards particular targets. So I got that definition from Wikipedia, but it was actually one of the most clearer definitions that I found. So the behavior hurts, it humiliates, or harms another person physically or emotionally. So bullying in the workplace can come in various forms. I know I have not personally experienced bullying, but I've witnessed it, and people have come to me concerning being bullied in the workplace. So some of the things that we can do when we find that we are being bullied, or we feel that we are, 2 things should happen, especially in the workplace. Good morning, Zach Mills from Texas. Good morning. I'm great. Thank you so much for asking, and thank you for joining this morning. So 2 things that I find with bullying. If you, in a workplace or in a corporation or business, there should be policies established that will help with bullying. There should be a policy in place on anti-retaliation, and there should be one that should be some form of conduct. So I know in my workplace, we have some wonderful policies that protect us as an organization and protect the employees, that helps us as it regards to bullying and anti-retaliation. So if you find that someone is bullying you, I would suggest that you would first of all, speak to your manager if they are not the bullier. But speak to someone that is, so go to them and talk to them about it, to have someone support you on your behalf and to share what you're experiencing in the workplace. I'm going to get to just that thing when you're being bullied by the manager or by the owner. We'll get into that also. But if you are not, so this is the scenario, if you're not, and you can go to your manager and you want to share with them what you're experiencing with that coworker, another peer, or someone else in your organization. You want to go to them so you have another support system. In addition to that, you want to utilize your human resources counterparts, your support there in that organization, and talk to them, express what you're feeling, thinking about being bullied. Because bullying, sometimes, some people may apply for a position and, that boss might say, oh, you're not good for that. Or someone might tell you, you're no good. They're mentally tormenting you throughout the workday, and they're beating you down on every side. Or you might have a person who's just throwing a lot of work on you because you're just that person that they go to, and you're not willing to say no. Or you feel some sort of threat about losing your job if you speak up against something that you're hearing, seeing, thinking, or feeling. So those are some ways you might feel that you might be being bullied. But I would encourage you, if there's policies in place in your organization, you want to utilize all of those resources because they're set up to protect you, and they are set up also to protect the company that you are working for. So you want to utilize those resources that you might have. Let me just scroll really quick through my notes. I know I'm probably going ahead of myself because I am passionate about that. There's no way that, bullying is just not acceptable. We often hear about it in schools and among young people, but there's bullying even with adults and in the workplace, which is just a shameful thing. But guess what? It may just be that bullying starts with the parent, with the adult, and it's trickling down into our children and into the school system. And that's how, it's spreading, this whole thing about bullying. But bullying is a form of defense too. Some people, the bullier, might be intimidated by your skill set. They might be intimidated even by your presence and what you bring to the table as well. But that might get you in the mindset of what a bully might be thinking. So again, most large corporations typically have a no retaliation and bullying clause in their HR guidelines and policies. So if they do, you want to use those. You want to go to those people to help protect you. So also, one thing I find that most employees are even still afraid to use those resources because they think that, someone's going to tell, word is going to get out that they've shared that they've been being bullied, and then, they fear retaliation and also fear of losing their job. Yes, Minister Graham, bullying is often about a perceived threat and not an actual threat. That could actually be. But I have to say, Minister Graham, there are some real bulliers out there, and it's sad. It's absolutely sad that there are bullies that are in the workplace as well. But there are some perceptions out there, and perceptions is a person's reality. We have to keep that in mind. Any perception that's out there, that's that person's reality. And we have to tap into what that reality is and really peel back those layers and help them to see the intent of that person and what's really happening there. So I would encourage you again to speak to someone in confidence. But what if that bullier is your manager? Then you want to take the hierarchy approach, and you want to go to their manager or go to that HR representative that will help you. Now, I know some of us work for small businesses where it might just be you and the boss, and your boss is the HR manager. And that's a really tough spot. One thing I would say is formulate a way to talk to that manager / HR person, not accusing them, but tactfully saying, hey, this is how I'm feeling. Can you help me with why do you feel this way about me? Why is this happening? You should have that platform to be able to talk to them. However, it takes great courage to do that. It takes great risk to address that. But guess what? It's all about you. You cannot endure torment and being bullied by anyone by any means necessary. I know that we have to put food on the table. We have to worry about our jobs. But guess what? This is my suggestion. My suggestion would be, if you just find that you're in a place where you can't go to anyone and the situation is just intolerable, begin to devising a plan to get out. Strategically, make moves, start applying for other positions, looking at other companies that have core values that you believe in, that have policies in place against bullying and anti-retaliation. Begin to do that. I think that that's very important. So yeah, we don't want to lose our jobs. Sometimes we don't want to leave our jobs. But if there's no support for you in a bullying situation, it just might be time to leave, but you have to strategically leave. My mother used to say, do not leave a job without another one or a plan that will support you when leaving. So if you're being physically abused, guess what? Don't do that. Don't stay in that situation. But also you may have to seek legal counsel as well. So we want to make sure that, we have a strategy. If you're just backed into a corner and there's no support, whether it's policies, through your manager, or any other means in the workplace, find a strategy to get out and to safely get out. Excuse me, to safely get out. So find a plan. Talk to others about your situation. You would find so many times that there's someone at your fingertips that might have the resources for you. So I'm hoping that I answered the question about, what do I do, or what do you do when you're bullied in the workplace? So one, utilize your resources if you have them set up through your HR policies, through code of conduct, and speaking through a trustworthy source in your organization. And if you find that you don't have either in the workplace, you want to courageously and tactfully, without blame, go to those sources who are you feel that you're being bullied by, and try to get into their head a little bit about what's happening and see if you can reconcile the relationship. Otherwise, if that does not work, you want to strategically find a way to get out. Find another place of employment, find a some legal advice, and then go from there. Bullying is not an easy thing, whether you are a student, your child is going through it, you're in a school, or even in a workplace. So that is our Monday morning leadership lift this morning. So I hope that I helped you this morning and gave you some resources. Yes, Bruce, sometimes it could be a misunderstanding. So yes, it absolutely could be some misunderstanding. So if you have some additional advice outside of what I've shared this morning, please take the time this morning and share that. Again, our leadership lifts are not only just me talking, but it is a dialogue. We can talk back and forth and share some insight on that. So if you're just joining for the first time this morning, go back to the replay, to the Periscope replay, share with your followers. I know for Android, it's, I believe it's up and down, and then iPhone is left to right. Thank you so much for the hearts this morning. They are much appreciated. Again, follow me every Monday morning for these leadership lifts at 8:30 a.m. each Monday, Eastern Standard Time. Thank you. I'm so glad that you appreciate these lifts. So follow me every Monday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for our leadership lifts. Again, for the month of April, I'm asking you to submit questions. You can type them in here. If you have a question, I'll roll back the tape and record what your question is. If you have another thought about leadership, you want to get some more insight about something, if you need resources about a particular topic, I'm willing to share that as well. So type that in here. You can do that here, or you can go to my website, which is marquisawilliams.com, where you can send me your request about a leadership topic. Excuse me as well. My allergies are just going wild this morning. So again, I thank you for excuse me. I thank you for joining this morning. And I will be talking about faith and politics later this week. Excuse me again. So, so I will be talking about faith and politics. A few people have asked about that, submitted a question about that, but I don't want to take away about our leadership focus here. So either I'm praying about tomorrow or Wednesday, where I can share that topic on faith and politics. So join me, share with your followers. I will be sending out some teasers to remind you to join on later this week about the topic on faith and politics. By any means, I am not the expert, but I'm just going to share my opinion, maybe share some articles, and maybe I encourage you to come with some food for thought so we can have some dialogue around that. So again, I thank you for joining the lift this morning, and I look forward to speaking to you later on this week. Have a wonderful day.